All right. I know I just made a video talking about this and made a post recently about this as well. But I figured if I illustrate this, maybe the point would become a little clearer to some people. But what I have here is just a depiction of the feasts. Right, I got the Feast of Trumpets, Feast of Atonement, Feast of Tabernacles, Hanukkah, Passover, unleavened bread, first fruits, and Shavuot being the harvests of barley and wheat, and then the fruits, the summer fruits, and then the oil. And that's why I have Shavuot 1, 2, 3 there, because it's broken up into parts. But anyway, these are different dates, and if you look at each one of them, you could see how they could easily point to a day when God would rapture the church. And people have speculated about this since at least 2016, right? And I wasn't really jumping in on that, but I want to put the time here. So we get 2016 here. People saw the Revelation 12 sign is what they call it. So they started saying, oh, at the Feast of Trumpets is going to be the rapture. And then when that didn't happen, it's atonement. Oh no, then it's tabernacles, Hanukkah, Passover, unleavened bread, first fruits, some point of Shavuot, right? And since it wasn't this time that year, they just jumped to the next feast, right? And the thing is that the people who are doing this didn't get discouraged. They did this the whole year, did not get discouraged. Then comes 2017, and they do it again, and 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 each one wrong, right? But they did not get discouraged. They kept looking. So in 2018, they did it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, but nope. It wasn't right, right? But they did not get discouraged. So, 2019. Again, 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 and we're still here. And I could keep going, but you can see that I've run out of room doing it this way. But they've been doing it since then. And, here we are in 2025. And they'll even talk about some of the feasts that aren't on here, like Yom Kippur, Feast of Trees, and other such things. So they'll boom, 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 still talking about these times, right? And the point I'm making here is that they're not discouraged. I don't think anything's going to discourage them, and I'm not trying to discourage them at all, right? But the point I would like to make here is if while they were sitting here saying the rapture is going to happen on these days, if I said no, they weren't, they would say that I'm being discouraging. How is it being discouraging? Because you're going to keep looking for that day no matter what. You're going to look and watch to see if the rapture is going to happen on that day no matter what, right? So if I say it's not going to happen, how am I really discouraging you? Obviously not, because I can tell some people that it's not going to happen on the date they're looking for, and they're still going to look. What are you talking about? I'm discouraging them, all right? They're not discouraged at all. I can tell them it's not going to happen on that day, and they're still going to watch, right? And even when the time passes, I'm going to keep watching, right? I'm going to be watching because I'm looking forward to Jesus coming back. And I think it's going to be soon. I don't know when it's going to be, but I'm just watching because I see things coming to pass where it can't keep going on the way it's going without, the beast rising up and his system coming online and everything. So we got to be out of here before that's really takes off. And it looks like it's on the verge of happening. But it could still be a little while before it's set up. So we could be here for a little while, right? Well, when these times pass, I'm not discouraged. And that's another thing I would like to say. If I say, hey, the rapture's not going to happen at this time, I'm not discouraged. I'm still looking, right? So the point I want to make here is that a lot of people are saying, in this year, on September 23rd, is when they're going to be watching for the rapture. And I'm going to tell you right now, the rapture's not going to happen on that day. I'm willing to bet money on it. That the rapture's not going to happen on that day. And you're going to be saying, I'm discouraging. I'm discouraging. How? You've been doing this for 10 years, not getting discouraged, even when people kept telling you you're wrong. It didn't discourage you. And even though you kept being wrong, you kept going. So how is me saying it's not going to happen on that day discouraging? Because you're going to still watch, and you're going to still watch after that, aren't you? So don't lie to me and say I'm discouraging you, because I'm not even discouraging myself. Just because I'm saying it's not going to happen on that day doesn't mean I'm not saying it's not going to happen soon. Matter of fact, it could happen sooner than that. You see, the Feast of Trumpets this year is actually on October 22nd. But I've explained in other videos why that is. So if the rapture is going to happen on the Feast of Trumpets, it's not happening on this day. There's no feast on that day. It's the first day of the 6th month of Elul, and not the first day of the first month of Tishri, which is the Feast of Trumpets. You're a month early, but you all don't care. But somehow me pointing this out, I'm the one discouraging people, even though this day is going to come and go. But you didn't discourage anybody by telling them it's going to happen, then it doesn't happen. You didn't discourage anybody. But me telling them it's not going to happen and then it doesn't happen, somehow I'm discouraging them. I like to understand how you see that I'm discouraging people. Because I'm not discouraging you from looking. I'm encouraging you to watch and actually pay attention and use God's calendar and his timepiece of the sun, moon, and stars. Are you truly watching if you're not using the sun, moon, and stars, God's clock? Because a lot of you talk about God's clock and the sun, moon, and stars, but you're not using them. You're just following what Israel says the feast days are. And you know that every now and then they're a month early, and they need to add a month to their year. They've needed to do that this year, but they didn't. And people like me and Ricardo Garcia and others have been telling you all this, but none of you are listening. But me telling you, hey, if the rapture is going to happen on the Feast of Trumpets, it's not going to happen on September 23rd. It's just not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you it's not going to happen. And I'll bet you money on it. How much you want to bet? I know none of you are going to bet. Because you know we're still going to be here. And that you would have to owe me the money. Please leave in the comments how much you're betting it's going to happen. Right? Show me how sure you are that it's going to happen on this day. I bet none of you would put a bet on that it's going to happen on this day. I challenge you. Put your money where your mouth is. Show me how sure you are. You want to sit there and talk about, hey, this is this very well could be the rapture. This is the Feast of Trumpets. You really believe it's going to be this year? Well, then, show me you truly believe that's the case. Put some money on it. Unless you're going to put some money on it, I think maybe you should shut up about it, to be honest. I'm willing to put money on that it not happening. I know it's a little easier for me because if I lose, we're not going to be here, but still. I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen on that day. I'm not one of those people who says you don't know the day or the hour, so you can't sit there and flip that on me and say, well, you don't know the day or the hour, so it could very well be. Well, I don't believe that is in the context of the rapture. I believe that's in the context of his return. That's a completely different event. But, yeah. If the rapture is going to be on an appointed time on a feast day, and it's going to be the Feast of Trumpets, it's not going to be on September 23rd, 2025. All right? If it's going to be on the Feast of Trumpets, it's going to be October 22nd. But I'll even say that it may happen before then, because the Feast of New Wine is actually on August 26th, the 3rd of Av. And we're just entering into Av right now, but everybody's a month early. Celebrated these things a month early. They're discouraging everybody by giving them wrong dates, and the times pass, but then when you point it out, somehow you're the bah humbug over here. You're the Grinch, the Scrooge, right? And you're pooping on everyone's party over here, right? Yet you guys keep celebrating something that never happens and getting excited for something that never happens. And you're not discouraging anybody when you're basically, whether you're intentionally or not, you're lying to people. But I'm telling them the truth, and what I'm actually predicting is coming to pass, but somehow I'm the one that's discouraging people. Even though, just because I know that the rapture is not going to happen on September 23rd, 2025, I'm not discouraged. So why are you discouraged? Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, and it's not going to happen soon. But I thought, illustrating this, to see all these X's of how you've got it wrong, and you're not discouraged, but me telling you you're going to have one more X right here, somehow I just popped your bubble. Now you're never going to look for the rapture again, and Jesus not coming back. You're going to turn on God now or something, right? Because I told you it's not going to happen then. Get out of here. Who are you kidding? Show me one person I discouraged from watching for the rapture who was watching previously. Show me this person who, because of me, they're no longer watching. I bet you're not going to show anybody. All right? Because it's not true. You're full of it. You guys are just a bunch of manipulators. And even those of you that are genuine, you're getting caught up in, I'm not even sure the spirit this is. A spirit of false hope, a spirit of distraction, because you all keep looking at times that are obviously wrong, such as people looking at new wine, obviously wrong date. Then you're looking at the Feast of Trumpets and you got the wrong date. And it's obvious because you all know how to use God's calendar. I've shown it. Ricardo Garcia showed it. Barry All has shown it. I believe Tyler from Generation 2434 has shown it. Aaron from God a Minute has shown it. I even seen Jason Bloodchurch share it on Uptime TV with Bob Barber, who does the End Time Dream and Vision stuff. And Repo Man 64 is on there and everything. So Everybody knows about how to use God's calendar, and that the 7th month is when the sun and moon are in the sun and new moon are in the constellation of the scales. But you all keep celebrating it either a month or two early. And there's no reason why you should be making this mistake after 10 years of studying this, unless you're intentionally being deceptive. And why would you do such a thing? I don't know. I don't know. But this isn't more of a doctrinal video, just more of a rant, so I'm not going to do my normal spiel at the end of this video. I just wanted to do a little more venting. I don't even know if I'll post this one. I just thought it was ridiculous. Where I'm sitting here, I'm looking for the return of Jesus. But it's not going to be on September 23rd, because that's just a date on Gregorian calendar. No different from August 24th, today, right now. It's no different from today. Nothing special about it. And, yeah. No reason to think it's going to be the rapture, other than you mistakenly think it's the Feast of Trumpets. But other than that, yeah, I'm not discouraged at all. Because even if it doesn't even happen this year, I'm still going to just be watching. And get to the point where, well, it could just be happening at any time. Right? I did a video before talking about the fruits between the people who think that the rapture's on a certain feast day and those who believe it could happen at any time. And I was noticing that the people who believe that the rapture could happen at any time, they're adamant about preaching the gospel. They're like, we never know when Jesus is going to return. You got to get right with God today. Today is the day of salvation. Get right with God today, right now, because you don't even know if you have your next breath. You're not promised tomorrow. Get right with God now, because we don't know when the time is up. Get right with God. And I love that. But the people who believe that, right, the rapture is going to happen, like they believe September 23rd, they're more chill and relaxed about it all and be like, and they just start telling everybody, well, the rapture could happen at that day, and they don't actually really preach the gospel so much. They don't really see adamant about really reaching others with the gospel. They're just kind of like, all right, let's watch, maybe we're going home right now. They seem to be more focused on themselves. And, I can't wait to go home and I get to be with Jesus. And that's all fine and dandy and something to look forward to. But what about everybody else? Am I the only one that has family and friends that aren't saved? Am I the only one? Am I the only Christian that has people they care about that they're worried about not being raptured, that need to hear the gospel and need to accept it while they can? Am I the only one? Because a lot of these people, they don't seem bothered by that at all. And it's weird. Very weird. But yeah, just more of a vent video again. So I'm going to wrap it up with this. Thank you so much for watching and giving me your time and attention. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one, and may God bless you and yours.